What you do every morning decides how much control you'll have over your life. Most people wake up already defeated, not because they are weak, but because their mornings are ruled by chaos, distraction, and unconscious habits. If you don't change how you start your day, you will keep reacting instead of leading. The Stoics understood something most people today have forgotten. Life doesn't become easier. You just become stronger, and it starts every morning. Today, you'll learn 6 Stoic practices that shape calm minds, disciplined actions, and unshakable inner strength before the world demands anything from you. 1. Begin the day by remembering what you control. The moment you wake up, your mind instinctively looks for certainty and stability. Most people immediately reach for their phone, absorbing news, messages, and other people's problems before they have even stood up. Without realizing it, they surrender control of their attention to the outside world. The Stoics began each morning by reclaiming authority over their inner world before engaging with anything external. Epictetus taught that some things are within your control, while others are not, and peace begins the moment you learn to clearly separate the two, not just as an idea, but as a daily mental discipline. Imagine starting your day carrying a heavy backpack filled with the weather, traffic, other people's opinions, and outcomes you cannot influence. You would feel exhausted before the day even truly began. Yet mentally, this is exactly what most people do every morning. Every morning, remind yourself of this simple but powerful truth. You can only control your thoughts, your choices, and your actions, and nothing else deserves your emotional energy. How to apply it? Before getting out of bed, say quietly to yourself, "Today, I focus only on what depends on me." This single sentence creates a boundary for your mind and removes anxiety before it has a chance to grow. 2. Visualize the day's difficulties without fear. Most people avoid thinking about potential problems because they believe it will make the day feel heavier or more stressful. In reality, avoidance only makes difficulties feel more overwhelming when they arrive unexpectedly. The Stoics deliberately faced difficulties early, while their minds were still calm and centered. Marcus Aurelius wrote about preparing himself each morning for difficult people, delays, criticism, and frustration, not to suffer in advance, but to remain steady when these moments inevitably appeared. Picture a sailor who refuses to look at the weather forecast before setting sail. Their optimism may feel comforting, but it leaves them dangerously unprepared. Stoic visualization is not pessimism. It is emotional armor. When you calmly imagine challenges ahead of time, they lose their power to shock you or throw you off balance. How to apply it? Each morning, briefly imagine 1 or 2 realistic difficulties you may encounter today, such as a tense conversation. Then remind yourself, "I have handled worse, and I will respond with reason rather than emotion." 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. Comfort becomes dangerous when it turns into a dependency, because a mind that always expects ease quickly becomes fragile. The Stoics understood this and trained themselves through small, intentional discomforts that strengthened their resilience. They practiced cold exposure, simple meals, and occasional lack of sleep, not because suffering was virtuous, but because it prepared them to remain calm when life became uncomfortable without warning. Seneca warned that constant luxury weakens the spirit and makes people fearful of even minor hardship. Like a blade that is never sharpened, a mind protected from all discomfort eventually loses its edge. How to apply it? Each morning, choose 1 small discomfort, such as taking a cold shower. By doing this consistently, you teach your nervous system that discomfort is not dangerous and does not control you. 4. Set an intention for virtue, not outcomes. Most people wake up focused on results, measuring the coming day by money, praise, success, or recognition. The Stoics, however, focused on character rather than outcomes. You do not control whether today brings success or failure, but you always control whether you act with discipline, courage, patience, and integrity. When your happiness depends on results, anxiety follows because results are uncertain. When your focus is on virtue, calm replaces fear because character is always within your reach. A Stoic does not ask, "Will this work?" but instead asks, "Will I act rightly?" regardless of how it turns out. How to apply it? Each morning, choose a single virtue you want to embody. Then ask yourself how you can express that virtue throughout the day, no matter what circumstances arise. 5. Reflect briefly on mortality. Reflecting on mortality is not meant to be dark or depressing. It is meant to bring clarity and perspective. The Stoic practice of memento mori reminds you that life is finite and therefore deeply valuable. When you remember that your time is limited, distractions lose their grip, ego softens, and gratitude naturally becomes stronger. You stop postponing meaningful actions and stop wasting energy on trivial concerns. Imagine beginning your day with the awareness that this ordinary morning is not guaranteed to repeat itself. Suddenly, time feels more precious, silence feels richer, and your choices feel more intentional. How to apply it? Each morning, gently remind yourself, this day is a gift, not a guarantee, and allow that awareness to guide how you speak, act, and focus. 6. Begin the day in stillness, not stimulation. The mind you wake up with is highly impressionable, and whatever you expose it to first will shape the tone of the entire day. Social media encourages comparison, news feeds amplify fear, and constant noise fragments attention before the day has even begun. The Stoics valued stillness because they understood that clear thinking must come before meaningful action. A calm mind is not passive or weak. It is focused, deliberate, and precise. How to apply it? Spend the first 5 to 10 minutes of your day in complete stillness without your phone or external input. Use this time for quiet breathing and awareness, allowing your mind to settle before engaging with the world. This is where discipline is formed and where a well-lived day truly begins. If mornings feel rushed, heavy, or directionless, it's not because you lack motivation. It's because your mind is being pulled instead of anchored. These practices are not about becoming perfect. They are about becoming steady. Imagine how different your days would feel if you started them in control, not reaction. The way you begin your morning quietly shapes how you experience the rest of your day. When you start with awareness instead of reaction, challenges feel more manageable and your mind remains clearer. Stoic mornings are not about rigid routines, but about choosing calm and intention before the world demands your attention. Consider how tomorrow might feel if you led your mind instead of rushing into the day. If this message resonated with you, like the video and subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Remember, a disciplined life begins in the quiet moments before everything else.